You're listening to the Pink Property Podcast, where each week we will discuss hot property topics, introduce you to members of our team as well as special guests, and let you know about all the things that are going on at David Lee.
Hello, welcome to this week's episode of the Pink Property Podcast. This week we've met with Alex from Alexandra Wood Tailors in Bishop Stortford. They're situated on the high street here in one of the most beautiful, oldest buildings in the town. So come on inside and see what Alex does.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Pink Property Podcast, and we are on our Meet the High Street season, and today we are with Alex of Alexandra Wood Tailoring in Bishop Stortford. Thank you ever so much for allowing us to come in and sit on your sofa for a week, which is a little bit different. So purpose of what we're doing at the moment is just trying to introduce people to more great local businesses in and around the areas in which we work. And we wanted to come in and find out a little about you, your story, and the business so far. So probably start at the beginning, really. Tell us, how did you get into men's tailoring?
Well, I've always been obsessed with fashion in general, and I'd always sort of dress up and trundle off to school. My dad said it's not a fashion show, and I was like, excuse me, you have no idea. But yeah, I started off with women's wear. It was all to do with tailoring and making women look sort of hot, really.
Yeah.
And then the husband started coming in. They said, oh, can you sort this guy out, and I would start designing for them. And then I realised I actually quite liked designing for men as well, and they were really happy with the outcome, both the man and the wife. And so I kind of really changed my career direction towards men, and then as it's evolved, it's
Brilliant.
It seems to be working well.
So you don't do women at all? It's all men focused, yeah?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you prefer it that way?
I do, yeah. It's just, the decision making thing. I'm quite sort of fast paced, and I kind of, even though being a woman, I relate to the way men shop and can't be bothered to hang around places, and but they end up ironically staying here for quite a long time, drinking coffee, and going, I'm enjoying this.
The whole experience is nice.
Yeah.
Well, I must say the experience here in the shop and showroom is lovely, and it's a really nice place to come and visit.
Absolutely. Why did you choose Bishop Stortford as a location to start this business?
Yeah, so I am a Londoner, and I do have the showroom in Savile Row as well, where I do appointments, but I did move here.
Okay.
And then I found out that this was the oldest tailors in the UK and possibly the world. So it was like, well, I can't really open somewhere else, and I really wanted to test my ready-to-wear designs as well, because I've always just made things directly for the customer. So I thought, let's see how it works, and if it works here in a small town, who knows? It can, go anywhere, and it's done really well. So I'm pleased.
Brilliant.
What's selling better, or is it ready-made, or is it tailor-made?
During the pandemic, it was a bit more sort of smart casual. So raincoats sold loads of, chinos, jeans, so a bit more, still feeling and looking good, but just more comfortable attire. But now, definitely more back to made to measure. We're having appointments coming in thick and fast, so it's good.
And would you say that's really a COVID change in terms of the style, but you are seeing almost a direct reversion to what it was, or are you going to see somewhere in the middle, Kim?
Yeah, a balance, exactly like you guys wearing, the smart jeans, the sports jacket and the shirt. But it takes a little bit more thought and effort about the colour combination. So men do welcome the suit in general. They're like, bring it back because I don't have to think too much.
You don't think so hard,
But done right, looks cool.
No, I think suits were certainly in our industry, estate agency. It's always been, wear suits, and it is easy. That one today, that one tomorrow.
Uniform.
It's a uniform.
School uniform. So brilliant.
And did you find that your business, obviously without that physical ability through lockdown, moved more into the online space? How's that worked for Alexandra Wood?
It did, but do you know what? I just love the one-to-one interaction, and we discussed sort of doing appointments via Zoom, but people like to come and see me 'cause
Yeah.
I'm so hilarious. But it is all about that kind of social interaction. That's part of trusting someone. You know, you're investing a lot of money in a wardrobe. You want to kind of have some good eye contact and understand and enjoy the whole experience.
Yeah.
It helped in terms of going online, because people will still look online and say, oh, I saw this jacket, and know already they're kind of pre-sold before they come in, rather than going, what have you got? Especially if the man no time, that makes sense.
Yeah,
so we sell online. We're definitely more appointment based, which I like.
We give them something to see before they get here to get a bit of an idea.
Exactly.
A bit of a flavour.
Yeah.
Warming them up.
Good.
From the outside in, I mean, tailoring does seem like quite a male-dominated industry. How have you found that? Is that a true reflection from what I think might be there, or
it is a true reflection? Yeah. I've never really paid it much attention. I've not thought, right, I'm a woman, I can be in men's tailoring, and this is my place. But you know, it's just that I happen to be good at it. I get on with men very easily, and I know what makes them look good, so I don't give it much thought. Yes, I have had sort of a little bit of sort of rivalry that could happen, I guess, if you're a man or woman. You know, why is she doing well? Why is he doing well? What are they doing that I'm not? You know, that kind of thing. But I like to think I'm just doing it differently. Yeah. Being a woman, and just because I've got a different overall vision of what men look good in.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think your customers like that as well? Has anyone ever commented on it?
Yeah, it's kind of like a safe place. It's like, men will either be quite direct and go, I much prefer a woman to sort out my style than some bloke who's going to dress me like he dresses.
Okay.
Because I've got a very open view about,
of course.
Well, I'm just subjective, whatever the word is, than a guy who does have a certain style and taste and trying to push it onto someone. I see it as like, this is this person with this personality, and I design for them accordingly, really.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. Different way of looking at it, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
and I think, you know, like people think, oh, you've got a female eye, but you know, a different female could have a different eye.
Of course.
So I like colour, texture, cut, fit, luxury, fabrics, that kind of thing. So.
Yeah. Would you ever go into working with women as customers, or do you want to stick with the male side?
Stick with the guys. Like women go, but you made that jacket, so I know you can make women. It's like, I'll make it for me. But I like that I've carved a niche. I don't want to blur the lines.
What would you say that is for you in the market?
Yeah, so I tend to say that I dress, well, I basically design, tailor and style professional men's images. They tend to be a little bit older, sort of 35 plus, you know, because that's when you start to get more into your profession and be more at the top of your game, and you need to dress to represent yourself. You are your own, you know, brand image. And so it's like, I nicked this from a film I watched. It's image, confidence, success.
Right, okay.
It's really true.
Yeah, definitely.
Good. So on that point, which is important to us, what should we be wearing?
It's all about me. As I say, it's all about my customer. It's not actually about me. But yeah, like you know, because I actually think you look more, people relate to you more dressing what you're dressed in, rather than an overly formal suit. You know, if you're a lawyer, a financier, it makes sense to wear a suit and kind of keep yourself quite discreet. But you want to show a bit of personality.
Yeah, of course.
Think you're doing good?
So we'll stick with the sports dressing, chinos and jeans.
Well, we have a tricky one because we don't just sit in an office all day. We'll then go to someone's house, but then we might go to a building site or So we live in sort of a world we've got quite a variety of job roles. So actually a three-piece suit, although it looks wicked, is not very practical in our world. So.
That's the thing.
In the loft and we do. It's a varied day, isn't it?
Yeah, I do a number of questions with each customer, and it's like, how do you want to represent yourself? Where do you spend most of your time? What's going to be practical for you? Do you travel? Do you go to events and work there? Wardrobe around that has got to work for you and your lifestyle.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, good.
And you obviously deal with a variety of clients from here, but at Bishop Stortford to your Savile Row, and have done it for a long time. Can you tell us about any sort of interesting things that have happened in that tailoring world? Any interesting clients or moments?
Yeah, I mean, they're all interesting. They genuinely are. I just love the stories. You know, it'll be the same. You know, with hairdressers, you just chat and know things about people.
Yeah.
It doesn't go anywhere.
What goes on in the tailor stays in the tailor.
Yeah, but been lucky to work with interesting people. You know, they're really the top of their game, but they're very, you know, humble and kind, and they're the people I like to work with.
Yeah, brilliant.
Lovely.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for
You're
taking the
welcome.
time out with
Thanks.
us today. You've got an amazing shop here. I know Jack's going to throw in a load of footage about it so you can get a real insight into the shop. And that's all for us this week. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Watch the podcast every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Get notified by hitting that subscribe button right now.